One of the worst mistakes you can make is to buy a plot of land when that is like the last money you have, or that is your first big money. You just buy one plot of land with hopes that when you have a challenge, you are going to sell the land. And when you sell the land, you are going to take money from that sales and use it to solve your problem. It doesn't always work like that. That is why I always tell you every time in my video that there are 3 ways you can make money from real estate. The first one that all of you know, that's the one a lot of real estate companies keep shouting, is land banking. Land banking is you buy land in maybe an underdeveloped place or a semi-developed area, and then you hold it down for a while. The land will now increase in value. Let's say you bought the land for 2 million. You held it down for 5 years. Now the land is being sold for maybe 7 million or 11 million, depending on the rate of development in that place. Another one is land development. Land development is you buy a land and then you build a tangible asset on it. You build like a house on it. Or you can build either a warehouse, either a service apartment, hotel, hospital, event center, something on it. And then you can either decide to sell the property, make money, or you can decide to just hold on to it and be renting it and be making money from it. But there is one that a lot of persons will not let you know about. This one is called fractional land retailing. A lot of persons underestimate the power of this in the real estate investment sector. Fractional land retailing is very, very, very lucrative. What this means is that real estate companies will have access to large expanse of land. And let's imagine, I'm going to paint a scenario for you. Let's imagine that they have access to 1,000 plots of land from a community. They've vetted it, they've done due diligence, the property is legit. And the real estate company only has money to pay for 500 plus. That's all they can afford, because generating cash is not that easy in the real estate space. They only have money to pay for 500 plus. What they will now do is they will now open up the other 500 plus to the public to buy with them. So now, let me do a small calculation for you. Let's imagine that a plot there is 1 million naira times 1,000 plots. That's about, give or take, about 1 billion naira. Now, if the company cannot raise 1 billion, they only have 500 million. What they will now do is to give the other 500 plots to 500 persons to buy at 1,100,000 per plot. So the 100,000 is their own. That's the only profit they are going to make from this. What I'm teaching you is the secret. That's how, even if you're running a real estate company, this is how you can raise money for your real estate company. So you can let go of that. There's always a trade-off if you want to grow in business. You let go of that. The people who will buy into these plots can decide to give it back to the company to resell for them at the market value, not the cost price, at the market value, and then they make returns on it. That's the opportunity we currently have on our table. You have 1 million naira. You can buy into this investment plan, and you are getting 3.5% return on investment every month. In 1 year, you must have gotten 42% return on investment. If you put that money in the bank, it's going to probably reduce by the end of the 1 year. But if you put it in our real estate model, you are going to be making good cash flow every month till you can decide to now say, okay, you know what, I want to keep the land, or I want to liquidate and take my capital. If you're interested in this kind of opportunity, the number should be on the screen or in the comment section or in the description section. Just tap there, chat with me on WhatsApp. We're going to walk you through this.